Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All-Wheel Drive. Coming to you from the cockpit of a 2022 Ford Bronco two-door Big Bend edition. This belongs to a really good friend of ours, and I've been given the keys to it. So I'm going to take you through all the details about it and just my impression of the vehicle overall. It has 32-inch tires on it, so it sits really tall, especially relative to my vehicle. It's very tall. Just give you a sense standing next to it here. The top of it is off, and yeah, it's cool. So this one is pretty much loaded out. I mean, it doesn't have any leather, but it's got heated seats, obviously the bigger tires, the 17-inch rims. It's got the connected sync navi and lots of buttons. I mean, this is nothing like what the car was originally. From my first impression of just sitting in it, there's a lot going on. It's very big, it's very tall, it's very spacious. We're gonna hop in those back seats. I don't know about how spacious those are, but for the most part, man, this is pretty damn nice. I've got the top off, so this comes with the removable panels. You just simply unlatch them and off they come. Super simple. But wow, talk about open air experience. This is really, really cool. So let's fire it up. So this has the 4-cylinder EcoBoost, which is kind of where everybody's going anyway, right? 4-cylinder, forced induction. This gauge setup is very interesting. So you've got your speedometer, but all your other information is simply a display. The thing that's really interesting to me is this this tachometer. So it's just a little bar graph going on right there, and nothing. There's a little line that moves, but you can just see your RPMs here. It's reading digitally, and then you have your speed. Let's take a look at all the configurations. Currently I'm in 2-wheel drive. Those are your settings, so I'm just kind of messing with the dial that's on the outside of this, and it changes your settings. Eco, normal, on the 4-wheel. Now I'm in 4-wheel high, so you can drive with that. So everything in here for the most part is pretty straightforward. You have your touch screen, so you can access all the things that you need to do. I feel like Ford has done a really good job of creating the best driver interface you can have, and they've been doing this pretty well for a long time, but this is just really next level for a vehicle like this. Obviously, anything being made in this day and age is going to have technology, right? But the level to which they have done that for this vehicle is just pretty impressive. And you have all your usual suspects there, but the interface seems pretty intuitive and relatively quick. Not a lot of delay from the action you take to the response, which is always nice. Heated seats, those are working really well. Dual climate. Yeah, I mean, it's very straightforward, very simple, no frills, but super functional. All right, so let's check out this back seat situation. I mean, you can do it. You need to be in some kind of shape though. All right, let's give it a shot. Coming in hot. All right, my back's touching the roof. I'm in. Okay. Well, I'm back here. And it's not too shabby. So I'm not gonna pull the seat back against my knees because it's some work. But you do have the usual suspects. You got your charge port here, USB and USB-C, regular outlet when we're talking. So that's cool. Some cup holdage in case you need a beverage. An interesting armrest situation. It's 2-layer. It's kind of a high one. Beverage would go there, but this one feels more of a natural feel. I like this though. This is a nice little fit. So yeah, so if I'm looking at this, there's not a lot of room for my feet. The seat is high enough that my feet could fit underneath the seat pretty comfortably if it's all the way back. But there's this little section here just behind my heel and the floorboard, and you're just not allowed to go any further back than that. So this is as far back as my feet go. So you kind of, you don't have a lot of flexibility there. But looking at the seat over here, relative to where I'm sitting, passenger seat, that's kind of where I had the driver's seat. It's right there. I think you could do it. I think you could definitely sit back here with some level of comfort and be all right. And then you talk about headroom. There's plenty of that. I mean, plenty. I'm not that tall. 6 foot at best. And there's a lot going on there. A little thermal. The sun's kind of beating down on it, so I can feel the heat starting to generate. But yeah, this is interesting. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pull the seat back, because if I'm not gonna do a full demonstration, then what am I here for, right? So where my friend would sit, this gives me a really good bit of space between my knees and the seat. Where I would sit, I think it's gonna bring it back closer to here. But again, you know, with this interesting like situation down under my feet, you just have this whole, there's a good 6 inches of like floorboard that's raised that you can't do anything with. I don't think I could sit here very long. To get out, just do that and the whole thing slides forward. And then you climb your ass out. If I sat where the seat was with me in the back, this is my situation. It's way closer than I would be, clearly. But I can make that work. So I could sit behind myself if I had to. So just driving this is a great vehicle to drive. I quite like it. I like it a lot. The only thing I would probably have a major problem with over the long term is just the way that transmission sounds and works. Like I said, it feels like it's almost a CVT, but not. And if it's a CVT, they've done a good job making it seem like it actually is shifting. But I know it's not a CVT, but it just has a very, I don't know, old and low end or low budget quality to it. It doesn't feel and sound solid from what I've experienced from Ford over the years. And maybe it's a cost saving exercise to make sure that this vehicle is completely attainable and that you can spec it out and still get out the door with something reasonably priced for everything you get. Like, it's got all the tech: lane, departure, lane assist, blind spot, rear camera with sensors, you know, Apple CarPlay, wireless. And this engine is quite delicious. It's not as gritty and raw as the X2s, but this is the same engine that they were putting in the Mustang. So it has great output. The ease of drivability is good. It's pretty solid. And I didn't do a full off-road exercise with it. I don't have that kind of approval, but I did give it a little challenge, and I could tell just from that there's not much that it would not be able to do at all. So this is a complete thumbs up for me. I think for what it is, for what you're getting, and just the fun you're gonna have. I mean, look at this. The top is off. This is gangster. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, share, and we'll continue to do videos as we get cars to do them. Leave your comments about what you think. If you've had one of these vehicles or you have one of these vehicles, let me know what you think about it. The 4-cylinder, it works. I personally would prefer something a little meatier. But with that said, this is a complete, capable, and competent vehicle. So, until next time, peace out.